Well, they were high on the hog. In fact, they dined on prosciutto-wrapped melon balls. They mingled in multi-million-dollar mansions while live bands played Margaritaville. The 1% showed up in droves this weekend to support one of their very own. Mitt Romney raked in close to $4 million at a trio of fundraisers in the Hamptons on New York's Long Island. It all began with a $25,000 plate luncheon at the estate of one billionaire. It ended up with a $75,000 per couple fundraiser at the estate of another, David Koch. As the New York Times reports, these Romney supporters drove up in Bentleys and Porsches. One donor called President Obama a socialist from inside a gold Mercedes. Another poked her head out back of a black Range Rover, demanding, "Is there a VIP entrance? We're VIP." Romney himself was there to hobnob with his own kind, but as one New York City donor told the LA Times, the former Massachusetts governor needs to do a better job connecting with the little people. The quote was, "I don't think the common person is getting it. Nobody understands why Obama is hurting them. We've got the message," she added, "but my college kid, the babysitters, the nails lady, everybody who's got the right to vote, they don't understand what's going on." I just think that if you lower income, one, you're not as educated. Two, they don't understand how it works. They don't understand how the system works. They don't understand the impact. Wow. These comments have been all over the web today. Joining me now, I guess this is the men's grill after these guys got off the golf course. This is men's night out here on the Ed Show. I've had ladies here at 3 at one time as well, so be cool about it.
Oh, go bragging.
Well, I'm not bragging. Keith Boykin, great to have you with us tonight. Ron Christie, always good to have you back on the program. John Fugelsang, always. All right. Ron, I got to ask you first, what about these comments? It's almost as if these people, these fundraisers, are talking down these hardworking middle classers.
I don't think so. And to coin the phrase that my man John McEnroe must say, come on, Ed, you can't be serious. I mean, for the Obama folks to come out and for folks to criticize Governor Romney for raising money this weekend, I look to Anna Wintour. And, of course, she went to Sarah Jessica Parker's place in New York City and raised a ton of money. Both sides are doing it. To suggest that Obama's out of touch, I think, is a nice little bit of political theater, but they all do it.
But it's not just about raising money. Every candidate raises money. It's about the attitude of the 1% who are attending Mitt Romney's fundraisers, exactly. The people who are contributing to this, the egotism and the arrogance of these people to suggest that somehow the rich know better than the rest of America. That, to me, is a representation of the class warfare that Republicans are always crying about.
Well, no, it's only,
not in this case.
It's only class warfare if you fight for the bottom 99% of the population,
exactly.
Of course. And I was appalled watching that. I had no idea Daisy Buchanan from The Great Gatsby was a Mitt Romney supporter. But this proves once and for all, Ed, that it's not about conservative versus liberal. It's aristocracy versus democracy. 6 states will decide this election. And what's Mitt supposed to do? Is Mitt supposed to run on his personality or his record? No. He's got to raise the super PAC money. He's got to flood those 6 states with negative ads, because otherwise all he's got is his own record, which conservatives don't like.
But is it an attitude issue, John?
Absolutely.
Is it an attitude issue about workers versus the wealthy?
And that's the distinction between him and Obama. Ron is right. Yes, Obama's rolling around in the Wall Street dough as well. Absolutely. But Obama stood in front of the Supreme Court at the State of the Union address and decried Citizens United. You will not see Mitt doing that, because raising this kind of money is the only thing Mitt can win on. He sure can't do it on his record.
Ron, you have the floor on the attitude issue. I mean, is this an image problem for the Republicans?
Well, I think it's an attitude issue for the Republicans and Democrats when they're seen in these very highfalutin places raising a lot of money by very wealthy donors. Again, Governor Romney's doing it because it's legal. President Obama's doing it because he's legal. Hey, look, you're not going to sit here and tell me that somehow the Republicans have an attitude problem when President Obama is out at the home of George Clooney. He's going to do a fundraiser overseas. My entire point of this is these fellas are operating with the guidelines of the law. They're doing what they're legally obligated to do. But wait a second. Let me finish my last point. My last point is to say that Republicans don't look at people and say, oh, if you're not in the top whatever percent, we're going to look down on you. Republicans look at people as individuals, not by how much money they have in their balance sheet.
That's not exactly what exactly, John. We saw those people with the Hamptons fundraiser, people who are donating to Mitt Romney, do exactly that. And the problem is not about people raising money again. It's not about people making a lot of money. This is America. We don't have a problem with that. The problem is about the attitude. And you have Mitt Romney.
You don't think there's an attitude at all with rich Democrats when they have these fundraisers?
It's very different,
I don't think, but they're not giving money to the Obama campaign hoping to help prop up the 1% and the aristocracy, which is what these guys are doing. The reason why this fits in so neatly with the whole Mitt Romney narrative that's going on this week about disclosing his tax returns. Why won't he disclose his tax returns? Why does he have money in an account in Bermuda, an offshore account in Bermuda, or why in the Cayman Islands, or why in a Swiss bank account? And it contributes to this feeling that somehow Mitt Romney and the people he's representing are not really trying to help the working class. They're trying to help the 1%.
This is a losing strategy for you guys. I think Americans are looking right now and they're saying this country is hurting. It doesn't matter whether you have $1 million in the bank, whether you have $10,000 in the bank. What are you going to do to put policies forward that are going to help Americans? This class warfare nonsense is a distraction.
Well, what is Mitt Romney going to do? What is Mitt Romney going to do to help those people then?
Exactly.
Tax cuts for the rich?
It's not just tax cuts, guys. You know, this whole mantra of all Republicans care about is tax cuts. It's not tax cuts. If you look at health reform,
war, too.
No, it's not war. It's look at health care. Republicans have said that, you know what, we need to have a different system. We need to have a system in place where you can buy insurance across state lines, where you can pool together. That's an innovative idea that Republicans...
They've had 30 years to implement it. They've done nothing, and you know it. Look, Mitt Romney's running on one thing, Ron. He's running on trying to do exactly what Bush did and call it something different. And for anyone who's not a millionaire to still vote GOP, they're a damn sucker, because no Republican president has balanced a budget once since Nixon. None has had a surplus since Eisenhower. There's no reason to trust your money with these folks anymore, because all they are good at is two things: redistribution of wealth to the top 2% and making conservative Americans think that's a good thing.
Ron, I got to give you the floor on that one. He made some good points.
He made some interesting points, but the fact of the matter is the reason in the modern American history that we had a balanced budget is that with the Republicans, and I worked for John Kasich, who is the House Republican budget chairman, who actually worked with President Clinton in a bipartisan manner.
Raising taxes.
And said we need to have honest deficit reduction.
All right.
Fair enough.
Good discussion on the 19th hole. I like it. Keith Boykin, great to have you with us. Ron Christie, John Fugelsang, thank you so much.
We'll continue in the green room.
You bet. Coming up, the disgrace of paying police officers and firefighters minimum wage. If it can happen in Scranton, Pennsylvania, don't you think it can happen anywhere? That's coming up. Stay with us.